80 and 70. Resistance on the upside at 26, 35, 47, 58, 67. Pivot 15, resistance at 26, 35, 47, 58, and 67. Support 05, 38, 97, 89, 80, and 70. As the market here kind of rejected the upside at that 40-20 area, which we mentioned a few times as being an area that the market has to close above to get us into some more bullish mode, in addition to the fact that the 40-80 area above would give us probably coming a little bit lower. 40-80 above would give us probably a bullish market, believe it or not. So we have obviously some resistance up there when we got up to the 40-50 area. Our pivot this morning again was 39.15. It was supported 05, 38.97, 89, 80, and 70. Resistance on the upside at 26, 35, 47, 58, and 67. So that was a pretty strong rejection up there. And then, of course, you had yesterday's retail sales number was a little stronger than expected, and which I guess is good for the economy. The only problem is that good for the economy these days is not good for interest rates. So the fear, whatever that means, came back into into the market that the Fed wasn't going to slow down its raising capabilities, or speed at which it's raising at, I should say. And the market now continues to slowly push to the downside here. All right. So that's where we're at. And we quickly come up here. We got a little resistance around the 26 area. If you're trading with us, again, welcome some new folks that are here. We are trading mini S&Ps, looking for opportunities to scalp the market. We're looking at probably about 3 to 4 points in our trades with our objectives and our stops. And obviously, if we find some areas where we get in at a nice level and you're trading multiple contracts, you obviously can maybe scale out of a few extra, take a little bit more than 3 or 4 points out of your trades. Again, all dependent on your risk tolerance. As we got up here to 24.5 here, it's still kind of, again, remember the first couple bars, always a little bit more volatile than the rest of the day. So if that's a concern for you as far as your risk tolerance is concerned, just beware and be patient. Bond market, though, up with a 26 handle here, almost. So that's pretty good in regards to this interest rate conversation that we're having. They've come back very nicely here again. The concern over the Ukraine thing is still hanging over. You saw what happened the other day when this bomb or whatever fell in Ukraine as we were coming up here and testing our 26 area. And the market kind of reacted to it in a very negative way and broke like 60 S&P points. And so that can happen in the middle of the day when you never know what's going to happen. And that's why we always, tell you to make sure you keep your stops in place. And that way you don't get yourself in any kind of trouble. We got a nice little quick 2-point rotation here against our entry there. If you got in at 25, trying to get a little bit more than that right now. And again, we're scaling in. We're not going to be perfect here, so keep that in mind. We always talk about that more than anything else. Unfortunately, I wish we could be perfect, but we're not. And so obviously, we might have gotten in there. Again, if you're scaling in, if you just have 26, I get it. You didn't get filled, so be a little bit careful here, especially if this bar closes. 5-minute bar closes here in about a minute or so. All right. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We're looking for scalping opportunities against these levels we just gave out. And if you look at the chat box window there, you'll see them as we're coming down here and getting us our nice rotation against our 26 area. Um, and that's a nice rotation here against the level there, giving us at least 4 points as well. So again, you're scaling out of stuff. Hopefully um, you've got that kind of going with you. And getting in, getting out, obviously you need to be able to trade a couple contracts at least to be able to do that. You can't scale in with one, right? So let's see if we have any numbers coming out this morning in addition to our where am I here? Okay, so we did have initial claims come out this morning. Kind of kept the market. The market was weak anyway coming into it, so not like it was like a big surprise. Let's see. Interested in what there, Franco? Again, I scale out, so I trade maybe depending on how much I like a level and where it's at. In the morning, it's a little bit more cautious, but usually I'm looking at about I'm getting in with about 3 lots in the initial, and maybe 3 lots above. So I get out at 2 points, 3 points, 4 points. That's how my scale is. It gives me about 3 point average, and if I keep one extra one, if I like the level, then I'll have a trailing stop and try to get a little bit more than 4 points on it. So that's kind of, at least in the morning, the first couple bars. So not again, that's me, but I know a couple guys here are trading 10 lots, 20 lots. So it's just whatever you are comfortable trading. It doesn't matter what I do, and it doesn't matter what another person does. So you have to do what makes you happy as a trader and makes you understand what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are. So that's the important part. All right, and again. All right, well, we obviously do this every morning. And we are trading many S&Ps here. And if you were here before, my friend Don there also trades and fills in for me if I have to leave early or can't make it. And he is very accomplished with what we do here. He understands the methodology and understands what the goals are here in this room. So yeah, we're not looking at every trade. We're probably looking for about 4 to 5 trades a day on average. Obviously, with the volatility, we could get more, we could get less. We don't try to assume. We're also focused on the morning hours. First couple hours in the morning, I think, give us good opportunities there. I think the longer you stay in front of your screen, the more apt you are to getting in trouble. Take it from somebody who has stayed in front of his screen all day and gotten in trouble. So trying to avert those mistakes that I make. So focus more and more. Now the levels that we give out that you saw is good for all day, kind of. You have to be a little bit careful in the afternoon because the afternoon gets a little bit more one-sided. The dynamics in the afternoon trade are totally different than the morning. And I keep saying that, and I try to stay away from trading in the afternoon because it's just totally different. And you also, you never know when some news is going to be released, and some craziness happens that is going to push the market one way, especially with lesser volume. So that's what we do here on an everyday basis. In addition to our education course, which we have to help those who want to expand their knowledge or try to add to their trading setups and try to find different